By the time the children have returned to training on the next dawn, Mr. Adoy had already heard the news of the incident in town. "Kneel," he said while pointing at the hard stones of the training floor. While he contemplates his words, they wait in silence, the hard surface bringing to their knees the pain they both felt in their hearts. "Launa, you showed courtesy towards a villager in need. You demonstrated modesty by apologizing for your words and giving up your reward. You have shown the integrity to do what is right, even when being pressured by your friend. Someone with these virtues should be called a champion and allowed to carry a sword." From beneath his robes, he presents a long, thin sword. The handle and crossbar are shaped like a dragon entwining the blade. "The dragon holding the weapon represents wisdom controlling strength. Continue to follow the path of the protector, not the fighter, and you will find strength beyond that of any sword." He then turns to the young man with the scowl on his brow. "Corbat, a warrior needs to have self-control both when training and using his techniques. If you do not learn how to control yourself, others will have to control you. Your training today will be to clean the dung from the animal pens." Mr. Adoy leads Corbat back to the stalls. The old man hands him a shovel and directs him. "Fill these buckets and haul the dung to where I can use it in the garden. The pens should be empty by the time I return." Corbat takes the shovel and enters the ox pen. He stops suddenly as he almost steps into a soupy pile. Recoiling in disgust, he takes a step back and then feels a squish as a warmth oozes into his boot. "Ew, disgusting." Reluctantly, he scoops up the heavy pile and flings it hastily into a bucket, getting as much on it as in it. After heaping a few shovel loads, he fills the 2 buckets. Reaching down to grab the handles, he feels a warm squish between his fingers. "Ugh, not again." Shoulders burning from the heavy load and lungs burning from holding his breath, he trudges to the garden and dumps the dung into a pile. Corbat stops for a moment to catch his breath. From here he can see Mr. Adoy lob apples at Launa on the stone floor. She misses a few, but then cuts one in half. He hangs his head low. "Why do I have to do this stinky, sweaty job and she gets to play with that sword?" Sweat drenches his brow as he returns to the stables for the next trip. "Look at all these pens. I'm never gonna finish this today." Noticing a pile of hay, he gets an idea. "What if I just shove it all into a corner and then cover it with hay? It'll look like I finished and fed the animals." After completing his deception, Corbat goes to the nearby stream to wash his hands and his boots. Noticing the shade of a nearby tree, he decides, "Hey, since I finished early, I might as well take a nap." The day is a little cooler when he wakes. How long was I asleep? I better hurry back before the old man returns." As he approaches the stables, he can see Mr. Adoy putting the ox back into his pen. "Corbat, I am pleased to see that you finished so quickly." "Yeah, that job was so easy, I had time to feed the animals too." At that moment, the ox takes a greedy bite from the hay and quickly spits it out, revealing the dung underneath. "What is this?" Mr. Adoy takes a shovel and uncovers the rest of the pile. "You should have had the integrity to do the job right the first time. Now, instead of helping me with the apple pie, you will have to start over." Reluctantly, Corbat sets back to work with shovel and pail, plodding to and fro until the sun hangs its head and it's time to go home.